Hi everybody, and welcome to Sunday Sensitive Subject with Snow Kate. Today we will be talking about drunk driving and the effects that it has. Let's get into it. Now, if you guys watched my video last week, I was talking about the effects that texting and driving had. And one of the facts that I mentioned was texting while driving makes it 6 times more likely for you to get into an accident than drunk driving. Now, this does not mean anything, considering the fact that drunk driving is incredibly dangerous to do. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some of the facts of accidents caused by drunk driving, and we're going to go over the law in Florida when it comes to drunk driving. The New Beginnings Drug and Alcohol Rehabilitation website gives a couple of facts as to what drunk driving can do. Now, the CDC states in the motor vehicle safety section of its website that there is a drunk driving related death every 51 minutes in the United States. So, less than every hour. That means upwards of 25 to 26 deaths a day related to drunk driving. Now, before a drunk driver is arrested the first time, they can drive drunk upwards of 80 times before they actually get caught, which is scary to think about because that's 80 times they could have gotten hurt, or even worse, hurt somebody else. 35% of people killed in auto accidents are alcohol impaired, according to the Insurance Information Institute. And the annual estimated cost of crashes involving alcohol impairment is $37 billion. I don't know about you, but that's a lot of money. All because people are deciding to not spend the extra $10 to take an Uber home from the bar. Of the alcohol-impaired drinking fatalities in 2012, 65% involved drivers who had had blood alcohol concentrations, or BAC, greater than 0.08%, as noted by the Highway Traffic Safety Administration. And on average, 8 teenagers a day die as a result of crashes that involve DUIs. That's teenagers, kids, high schoolers, people whose biggest, problems and struggles in their lives should be prom and passing their math test. And their lives are being cut short because somebody is drinking while intoxicated. Now, the Florida drunk driving law says that you are prohibited from driving or being in actual physical control of a vehicle while having a blood alcohol concentration of 0.08% or more, or under the influences of alcohol, harmful substances, or illegal controlled substances. For your first offense of drinking and driving, you can end up in jail for up to 6 months, 9 if aggravated. You get a fine of $500 to $1,000 you have to pay, and your license gets revoked from anywhere from 180 days to a year. If you are aggravated while drunk and driving, you also get what's called an ignition interlock device for up to 6 months, or your blood alcohol level is over 0.15%. For your second offense, it's up to 9 months, or 12 if aggravated, $1,000 to $2,000, the license revoked for up to a year, and 2 years with an IID, which I will describe what that is more in a minute. For your third offense, which is a misdemeanor and no priors within 10 years, it's up to 12 months in jail, $2,000 to $5,000 in a fine, a year without your license, and 2 years with an IID after you get out of jail. And then a felony third offense, which means you've had prior offenses in the last 10 years, it's 35 days to 5 years in jail. $2,000 to $5,000 in fines, and a 10-year minimum license revocation, and 2 years with an IID once you actually get your license back. Now, what is an ignition interlock device? That's one of those things that quite literally is hooked up to your car's ignition, and in order to start the car, you have to blow into a breathalyzer every single time. And even the slightest hint of alcohol on your breath sends an automatic alert to the police. Your car will not start, and congratulations, you just ended yourself back in jail. And that's after the year suspension to 10-year suspension of your license. Personally, drinking and driving is a serious issue to me. I will not get in the car with anybody who has had a single glass of any kind of alcohol within the past 4 hours. I will not let them drive me anywhere. I will not get behind the wheel. Even if they had one shot and are completely coherent, I will not do it. To me, drinking and driving is one of the worst things you could do. And it is something that is terrifying to think about. And it's something that is just beyond my ability to comprehend why somebody would think it's a good idea to do. You are putting not only your life in danger, but every single person you drive with on that road in danger as well. And that's something that needs to be thought about every single time you get behind the wheel, and every single time you think, I should have a drink. In the day of Uber and Lyft, there should be no reason for drunk driving. It costs me $10 to get from my house to the bar I frequent when I go do karaoke, and $10 to get home. And most alcohol at most bars can cost anywhere from $5 to $8. So have 2 less drinks and get home safe. But don't drink and drive, and don't get behind the wheel. Because at that point, you are putting everyone's lives at risk. And you are a danger. As always, feel free to share your thoughts on today's sensitive subject and share any stories that you might have. If you want to hear me talk about something in specific next week, then comment below or reach out to me on my Facebook page. If you'd like to see more videos, you can always check those out over here. If you would like to subscribe, you can click here. And as always, I love you guys. Make sure you are watching my vlogs for this month, as it is PRA Malformation Awareness Month, and that is a big time for me. So I hope you guys enjoy those videos and learn a lot and share them. This is Snow Kate signing off. I'll see you guys next week.